We get paid to read these books. We are reading, we are like 2/3 of the way through, or 3/4 of the way through August. Mike Krzyzewski, Leading with the Heart. We are on page like 170, focus on the task at hand, chapter 11. Man, this is some good stuff. I'm getting a bunch out of it. I hope you're getting something out of this. I read it for me. I'm just sharing it with you. But if you don't get nothing out of it, God bless you anyway. Listen to this. Page 172, Winning the Moment. A leader's responsibility to his team is paramount. It overshadows his own personal feelings at any given time. Then he goes on and on, talk about don't show hurt, doubt, fear. Then he goes on down. Because I know that these people are dependent on me, I beat back the emotion that I feel. Teammates, you hear that? That's a whole word right there, because he's conscious of it. He's aware of it. For so many years, I was just full of fear and doubt and blah, blah, blah. Didn't even know what it was. He beats back that emotion. You got to be so aware that when you start feeling a fear or a lack of confidence, you got to pump yourself up. Y'all better get excited. This particular personal determination I have reminds me of my mom. Where did he get it from? Where did he get it? We just finished reading Ronda Rousey's book. Ronda Rousey's mama was the truth. Ronda Rousey's mama had her. When everybody else was teaching their kids nursery rhymes, Ronda Rousey's mom was teaching her. Ronda Rousey's mom was teaching her about broken arms and stuff. Anyway, that's a whole other meeting. All right, she said, it reminds me of my mom, who would never allow my brother and me to know we were poor when we were growing up. She just wasn't going to let us worry about it. I never knew we were poor. I never even thought about us being poor. We didn't even have a car. We didn't even have a house. God, boy, we didn't have money. And if it even bothered her, it never showed to her kids. And I can't let my players know if I'm troubled about something personal. My insight is, humble beginnings is an advantage. I can relate to this stuff. When you come from nothing, it can, if you harness it right, it can give you a drive to overcome all kinds of adversity, because you've been broke before. You've been broke before. You had nothing before. You came from nothing. Go for something big. The worst case scenario, you go back to where you came from and start over again. People that have some advantage that they didn't earn, they really scared out of their mind on losing, because they can't even relate to starting from scratch. I love that, boy. I ain't even got time to tell you where we came from. I got a whole new respect for Mike Krzyzewski. I still ain't a Duke fan, but he got me pumped up. All right, now let's go over here to point 2. So he's talking about a big game in 1991. Actually, the first year he won a championship, they had to beat UNLV to go to the championship and beat Kansas. But the UNLV game is what he's talking about now. So he says, I knew the UNLV Running Rebels were a really good basketball team. In fact, I knew they were better than the 1990 team that beat us. So meaning they had just got blown out by them the previous year. But they weren't all that much better. And even though we were relatively a young team, I was certain that we were a heck of a lot better than we were when we lost to them by 30 points. Listen to this. So I knew we had more than a chance to win. As a matter of fact, I was certain we could win the game if we could stay close in the early going. Now, this isn't my insight, but I love that. I love that. Listen to what he said. If we can stay close in the early going. Teammates, every day counts. You got to get up and get going early. Score early. Great by 8, shine by 9, win by 10, heaven at 11, through done at 1, through by 2, free by 3. You got to get up with a sense of urgency and not let the whole daggum day get away. If the day gets away, the week gets away, the month gets away, then you end up with a bad month. Now, in a lot of cases, you just don't have the right players. Like if our numbers aren't where they want to be, and I even start early. But man, and I learned this from one of our coaches, man, in the individual is unpredictable, meaning your results are just going to be up and down. When it's just you or one or two more, it's just going to be unpredictable. You can have an extreme focus, but it's just you. Man, and the masses become predictable. You got 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 people working, then the numbers start becoming consistent. So you can't get frustrated on the journey, teammates. Just keep going. When it's just you, control you, and don't get frustrated when you don't work out. Just keep going. All right. He said, listen to this, ain't even my point. He says, in order for us to win, however, I knew it would take more than blowing a little smoke the media's way. It would also take, listen to this, unbelievable focus and concentration. It would take tremendous discipline for us to overcome all the inherent distractions of the Final Four. The 1991 UNLV game would have to be a defining moment for us. I believe it would have to be a line in the sand. That's my point, teammates. Number 2 is don't expect it to be easy. It is going to take an unbelievable focus, concentration, and tremendous discipline. Teammates, to win in business is not easy. That's why most people end up on a job working for the government or working for some big company that already has established themselves, and you can just work for them, process whatever you're supposed to process, and they pay you every 2 weeks. To win in business, man, the odds are against us. Wake up, you better have a daggum sense of urgency and be playing scared. Look, we ain't got no daggum sick plan. We don't have no whatever plan that's going to come over here and rescue us. We are the captains of our daggum fate. Let's go. Ooh-wee, boy. All right, that's point 2. All right, now I'm going to give you point 3, and I'm going to let y'all go. All right, now, they're going on in the book, and they actually won the game against UNLV. Huge upset. Won it with Christian Laettner, 2 free throws with 6 seconds left. UNLV missed the chance to, tie it or buzzer beat a 3. Missed it, they won. They are incredibly excited, obviously. It is like, and nobody thought they was going to win. So he's talking about shaking off that success and moving forward and going and focus on the next step, because they had one more game to play to win the championship. Now listen to this. I also recall that the whole sports world was sizzling with Duke's victory over powerhouse UNLV. A lot of sportscasters was calling it the greatest upset in the history of sports. Well, how do you handle success like that? In business, it would be like winning the biggest contract the company ever signed and then having to turn around and win the biggest contract that was possible to win. No company, no matter how good they are, is going to win with that next job on reputation alone. They're going to have to go out and earn it. The upcoming game against Kansas was going to test everything. I had taught the team that year everything I believed in as a coach. And this is my point. Insight number 3. Always go for something big. You got to be going for something big. And when you hit that, you got to go for something bigger. Teammates, if you grew up where I grew up, where everybody was just basically just check to check, going for $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, $4 million, $5 million, $10 million, or whatever, it's so easy to settle. It's so easy to just be apathetic when you get a little bit of success. It's so easy to not go for something big. Teammates, to go. Let's say you want to go to Italy, to the Amalfi Coast in the fall when it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. You got to fly over there. If you want to fly, spending $20,000 on a vacation, because it's going to cost $10,000 just to get over there, to fly first class or business class and blah, 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 blah. Teammates, the average person can't even relate to that. Spending no $20,000 on a vacation. Teammates, it depends on what line of life you want. It all depends. You got to go for something big for your family, for your business, and just shake it off, and win or lose, shake it off and go for something big. All right, teammates. I hope I love it. I love this stuff. Leading with the heart. How else would, I can't imagine any other way to start our day.